Well, bless your heart, y'all. Come on in, pull up a chair. Granny's got a story for you today. It's about a fella up in Silicon Valley, name of Sam. Now, he talks a good game, this Sam, talking about saving the world with his fancy AI. But sometimes, when folks talk real sweet 'bout saving ya, they just save in their own pockets. And Lord have mercy, that boy Sam, he done told more fibs than a catfish got whiskers, all for his own material gain. Let's get into these tall tales, shall we? Now, he started this whole shebang, this OpenAI thing way back when, saying it was a charity, a nonprofit, a gift to humanity, he called it. Said he didn't want a dime of equity, just wanted to make sure these smarty pants machines didn't turn evil. Sounded sweeter than pecan pie on a Sunday, didn't it? But, honey, that non-profit sign was just painted on the front porch. Inside, he was already building a mansion, bit by bit. That capped profit thing? That's just a fancy way of saying we gon' make a whole lot of money, just not too much for the folks who ain't us. It went from free for all to pay to play quicker than a hiccup. He'd stand there, hands open, swearing up and down he didn't own a lick of OpenAI. "Look, Ma, no equity," he'd say with those big ol' eyes. Made him look like a saint, didn't it? But bless your heart, that's like a farmer saying he don't own the cow, but he owns the pasture, the barn, the feed, and the truck that takes the milk to market. While he was preaching poverty at OpenAI, he was stacking his chips in other ventures. Fusion power, digital eyeballs, you name it. He didn't need a slice of that pie when he owned the whole bakery, the ovens, and the sugarcane fields, too. Now this one's a real charmer. Every time the cameras rolled, Sam would be squawking about existential risk. That AI might just end us all. He'd go to Washington, bless his heart, practically begging for the government to step in and regulate it. Sounded like he was just looking out for us, right? But honey, that's like a fox warning the chickens about the big bad wolf, all while he's blocking the only escape route out of the coop. He wasn't scared of the AI. He was using that fear to scare off anybody else who might try to build one. Make the rules so tough, only his big old company could afford to play. It wasn't safety first. It was monopoly first, plain as day. Then there's this little tale about energy. He was talking about clean fusion power, saying he was investing in helium energy to save the planet. Oh, bless his heart, always saving something. But lo and behold, guess who signed a humongous deal to buy all that fancy energy? Why, his very own OpenAI, of course. He didn't just invest in helium, he guaranteed them a customer bigger than a Georgia peach festival. He wasn't just fixing the planet, he was making sure his own pockets were fixed too. It's not often a man plays both the customer and the store owner, but Sam, he's a special kind of fella. Now this one takes the cake for being brazen. He launched this thing called WorldCoin, talking about digital identity and universal basic income for the poor folks. Said he wanted to give every human on Earth a piece of the pie. But honey, what he was really doing was taking a scan of every single eyeball he could get his hands on, collecting up all that precious biometric data. He'd offer a few measly dollars of a funny money coin, while he was bagging the most private information on God's green earth. It wasn't dignity for all, it was data for me, pure and simple. Scanning the eyes of the vulnerable like they were just barcodes. Remember when that board tried to fire him? They said he wasn't being candid, which is a polite way of saying he lied through his teeth. Well, Sam, he didn't miss a beat. He played the victim, bless his heart. making it sound like those old fuddy-duddies were trying to stop progress. He got mighty Microsoft to come to his rescue and his own employees to cry for him. But what they found out was he was secretly chasing billions from foreign investors for a whole other chip company. He wasn't being fired for being too visionary. He was being fired for being too greedy and too sly. He lied about his loyalty, all to stay king of the castle. And that name, OpenAI? Well, that open part done got real closed real fast. He promised that this fancy technology would be open for everybody, a true sharing of knowledge. But as soon as that money started rolling in, the open became just a name on the stationery. GPT-4, black as a starless night. He claimed it was for safety, bless his heart, but it was really to keep all his secret sauce locked up tight. Can't have folks copying your recipe when you're trying to sell the whole cake, can ya? That open door got slammed shut and locked from the inside, with him holding the only key. And finally, honey, this last fib is a real kicker. He put hundreds of millions into a company called Retro Biosciences, all to make folks live 20 years longer. He'd talk about it like he was giving us all the fountain of youth. But if you look around, that fountain ain't for everybody. With all the smart machines, all the cheap energy, all the data he's scooped up, he ain't making a longer life for you and me. He's building a future where he and his rich friends can live forever up in their fancy towers, while the rest of us just keep on keeping on. He wasn't trying to save humanity. He was just trying to save his own hide and make sure he had a long, long time to enjoy all his gains. Sighs, shakes head slowly, then looks directly at the camera with a knowing, gentle smile. So there you have it, darling. 8 little fibs all wrapped up in a pretty bow of philanthropy. Just goes to show ya, sometimes the folks who talk the loudest 'bout saving the world are just saving the biggest piece for themselves. Y'all think on that now, and have a blessed day.